March 25th. Bugs. Okay, look at this. I don't know what's wrong with the angle of the camera. I'm really not that long. That's so funny. And my head's not this small. As a matter of fact, I've been made fun of my entire life what a big head I have for 5 foot Pakal. They said cartoon head is so big. When I'm in the back of cars, and I was like, "Can you see past my head?" So I don't know why I look like a Haiti voodoo doll. That's weird. Anyways, so I'm going to talk about some personal ghostly encounters I've experienced. If anybody else has had some of these, please comment below so I know I'm not alone. Because one of them, well, they all creep me out. Well, except for the one. So, oh, and when I died. Let's do that one. When I died. Sorry. When I died. My child killed my childbirth. And he's still working on it. At 18, he's still trying to kill me. When I died giving birth. Anyways. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry if this is boring. I'm just trying to see if you guys have the same experience. Oh, and I shaved my eyebrows. I know they look like they're still there. I think because I'm old and they're dented, they're really not. For a Chester. Ancient, hide the wrinkles. Ancient Egyptian mythology, or was it Greek? It was Greek? Oh, Greek mythology. Cats were so ordained and well respected and well loved and had spiritual powers and that that if you killed a cat accidentally, even it was punishable by death or jail. And recently I lost Chester. He was 108 years old, 23. I only had him 2 years. He was a stray. He had 2 years of love. He died. And like the ancients, I shaved off my eyebrows out of respect. They'll grow back. Or not. 54, they might not. I can always draw them. I didn't have many anyways. I just have thick ones. Anyways, so let's go. Oops. So I don't know why I look like this. The small head. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Hot flashes. Oh my God. Okay, so my ghost encounters in my 54 years of my life. The first one I can remember was at 7 years old. I was what they call a latchkey child. I was the only child. They never had brothers or sisters. And back in the day, there was no CAS, DHS, CPS. Thank God. My mother worked like 3 jobs, was never home. I raised myself, basically. I got myself up for school in the morning and put myself to sleep. Just the reason why I'm telling you this. So, because she was a good mom when she was there, didn't do drugs and all. She wins hands down. Hands down, she wins as a mother. I'm not nearly as good. Anyways, my little farm girl. I miss her. Anyways, she died 3 years, 4 years now. I don't want to know. Anyway, so when I was younger, 7 years old, and I'd be home alone. I know. You know what? So what? I don't care if it sounds crazy. So there's a lot of things I've never told people. My kids know. My children, I hate that word kids. I used to, I guess that's why I'm artistic too. Not just being Aquarius. I'm very magical, artistic, inventive. I had to entertain myself basically. And my mom says I used to have what she called my little papoose. It's a native term for a friend when you're little, an imaginary friend I used to give cookies to or ask for cookies for her and really not eat them. And she called it my little papoose. Because my dad was a third native, so it means I'm an eighth, not even worth mentioning. But it gets interesting about that later. And I don't know my dad. He never wanted to meet me. I found him when I was 27, pregnant. I talked to him for about a year. And then he said he wanted nothing to do with me after calling him all the time because he wasn't interested. Yeah. So never talked to him again. He's probably dead. But so he was a third, 25% native. The rest of me is Jew, Dutch, Scotch, and I don't know what else. On my mom's side. So when I was 7, that's my mom telling me that. So when I was 7, I used to play hide and seek with this orb. It was a little yellow orange, bright, like, you know when people die and they see a color you can't explain? Like that color of an orange. And it flowed around and it would tell me mentally it was my turn to hide. I would hide. We played for hours kept me busy. I know it's because I was only child there alone, being creative. But I would literally see this thing floating around and find me and open the cupboard and they'd be there at my height. Or when it was its turn to hide, I would hide behind the curtain and count to 10. Then I'd have to go find it, and I'd find it. Like I'd look under spots, and one time I opened up the closet, it was in the corner, right. And for whatever reason, I thought it was Jesus I was playing with. It was a good orb, spirit. I don't know what it was. It was weird, but I swear it was real. It was not imaginary. I felt love, comfort. I wasn't alone. Yeah, it played with me for hours. So that was my first encounter I can remember. Then when my great aunt, my grandfather's sister died, I was home alone as usual. It was about 9 o'clock, and my mom was at bingo. She rewarded herself with bingo sometimes. I won't go to bingo. I hate bingo because it took my mother away from me. But I've forgiven her, and she deserved it. On the back over here, there's a picture of roses. And I was up on the back of the couch with a baseball bat, scared. It was like 9 o'clock. I'm home alone, thinking the boogeyman's going to come get me. And I'm trying to go to bed. I was scared to move. And all of a sudden, that dropped and broke, and I smelled flowers. Like, what the heck? Wow! Strong smell of flowers. So when my mom came home the next day, she came home that day. But when I seen her the next day, I don't remember when, because she got up like 6 and left to work. At some point I saw her. I told her, because that was Aunt Margie's picture, I said one of them died. They came to me and said goodbye. She's like, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, a couple days later, Grammy called to tell my mom Grammy's sister had died. Then, when I was 12 to 15, and I've looked this up, this is the thing. So those of you who are thinking about suicide, this is when you've got a good spirit, I think. Because I really think I do have a good spirit. I'm very kind. Genuinely kind. I've never done anything on purpose to hurt anybody, even if I don't like them. And I always give everybody love and dignity, no matter who you are, because you're God's creature. When sooner we better we learn that I hurt you, I'm hurting me, the sooner we'll get along. Anyways, so from 12 to 15, I literally had these dreams of being possessed. Like the devil would come in my room and try to enter my body, and he'd flip me all over. I'd be possessed, and I would wake up from these dreams and be like crooked on my bed. I would levitate off my bed. It got so scary, I had to tell my mom, because he kept saying, I'm gonna kill everybody through you. I'm gonna kill. Like, it was bad. It was scary. And these dreams are like 4 times out of 7 for this many years, from 12 to 15. There's actually a thing on that. I think that's the devil trying to win your soul at those ages, or make you commit suicide, or think you're fucking schizophrenic when you're not. Anyways, because they weren't my voices. So, but they went away. So I finally broke and told my mom, and I would cry. I said, Mom, please, you got to watch me fall asleep. I'm too scared to go back to sleep, and I got to go to school. So she would watch me, literally sit in my room until I go to sleep, and then she'd leave. And it was torture for for 3 years. And those dreams finally stopped at about 17. They slowed down, and I stopped hearing that shit. Now, the next encounter was, I think I saw a crib death. I'm not sure. I was babysitting one of my girlfriend's babies. I was about 17, I would have been about 17. She was one of the ones having a baby first in the projects in Toronto. And she went away for 3 days. And the baby was about a month old. I didn't want a babysit. Oh my God, I said no. But she left him anyway. She just left. We were young. She left and come back for 3 years. 3 days, 3 years. So I was stuck with the baby. But I laid on a flat, 2 mattresses on the floor. And up here, I had the baby in a drawer. I pulled out and I didn't know. I made a little bed in the drawer. And so we did it our day. And I'm lying in my bed, and all of a sudden, the door moves. My door is in front. And the door opens a little. I could see this much light. It was bigger. I thought we had cats pushing it. I'm like, oh, it's cat. So then, I'm like, so it's doing it again. Moving, wiggling. Like, what the hell? What are they doing? What's cat doing? So I'm looking. All of a sudden, was not a cat. I seen a thing about 2 feet tall, pure shadow. A dark shadow outline image of, you know what the Smurfs look like? The head, and it had shoulders, stumps for hands. I couldn't see the rest. I froze into fear. And I know they say evil spirits can't hear you, only good spirits can. That's why watch what you say, the old wives' tale. Be careful what you say, be careful what you ask for, because evil can hear you. It's not strong enough to hear what you think. So this thing couldn't hear what I thought, because I was awake and you didn't know it. So I was going, I was losing my breath. I was paralyzed in fear. And I'm like, oh shit. So it's coming by. I'm like I'm pretending to sleep. I'm peeking at it. Where is it? Where is it? This little thing. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm frozen in fear. It thinks I'm asleep. It couldn't hear me. So it was evil. It goes past me to the drawer of the baby. This is why I think I saw crib death. All of a sudden I can see kind of the corner of my eye. It's bending down into the drawer and like doing something like this. And then the baby would go, like stirring, waking up. And then it got stood up and looked over at me to see if I was awake watching. So what the fuck? It went back down again, did something to the baby. The baby started fussing again. I was like, it got up, looked. I was like, what? This third time, it got down. I'm getting goosebumps. It got down. The baby started crying, like really waking up. And 1 month old the baby was. And I'm like, I have to do something. I'm paralyzed. It's going to kill the baby. What the fuck's going on? I didn't even know about crib death back then. I was 17. So I'm like, 1, on the count of 3, I got to break out of this. It's frozen me in fear. So it could do this. Maybe it knew. Maybe it put a spell on me. I don't know. So I counted to 3 in my head. 1, 2, 3. And then I yelled, Mom! Ah! So my mom comes tearing it. And that thing ran, hit the door, because I scared it and had to go out the door. I don't know where it went. Of course, I come in. I tell my mom what's going on. She's like, "You're crazy. Go back to sleep." No. So that was my other encounter. Then there was when I lived in a house with my children. A next encounter with a 6-year-old little girl. I'm gonna say she was from about Victorian days. And how do I know this? Because of her hairstyle, the blue ribbons in her hair, and the white lacy dress. Now, every 1 o'clock, not every day, a lot of days. First of all, we were having a lot of paranormal activity, and I was in denial about it.
Very serious man.
I
need to talk to you. Very serious man.
Okay. After this video, okay? No, I'm busy. I'm not retaking. Deal with him.
Listen, this is the problem I'm having.
I'm in the middle of video. I'm not redoing it.
Sure.
Can you give me 10 minutes?
Listen, I left my stuff right
Oh,
here.
shit. Okay.